Hey folks, Stacker from the Six here, coming to you from Erin, Ontario. It's a beautiful day here in Southern Ontario, and today we are looking at the Keystone Reign 13RK. The 13RK has several claims to fame. The first one being it uses an automotive metal exterior with beautiful green paint. It also has lighting all around the trailer, really cool look at night in the campground. It's also got a torsion axle. And then on the inside, we've got features like a rear kitchen with a huge amount of counter space, a dry bath, a couch, and a bed, all perfect setup for a couple's trailer. And all of this at a weight of 3,050 pounds dry. So I'm really excited to show you this one. We're gonna do our usual. We'll walk around the outside, we'll take a look in the trailer, and then of course we'll do my pros and cons. Let's get started. And we'll start on the nose of the 13RK. And as you can see on this particular unit, it's equipped with a power tongue jack, and we also have dual propane tanks. And you'll see that we have a battery shutoff switch just right there. This particular unit doesn't have its battery installed, but I would imagine from your dealer you can opt for anything that you want in terms of lithium or a regular battery and so on. Now as we come down below here, you'll see that we're already prepped for a solar plug-in. So there's your ZAMP port right there. Great location for it, so loving to see that. And let's take a look at the utility side, and we'll start at the bottom with the stabilizer, and you can see that we have a stabilizer here. We have on all four corners manual stabilizers, and we have a slam latch cargo door with a magnetic hold, which is a nice feature, and that gives us access to this pass-through storage, which we love to see. So you'll be able to fit a nice big dining tent in here or whatever you want. Then we have our outdoor shower, we have the fresh water and the city water, and I'll put the tank sizes up on the screen. And it looks like we got a couple of tank flushes here, so I guess given that there's two, maybe we have for both the gray and the black, so that's a nice feature for sure. We've got a very simple winterized switch, and you can just run your hoses through that little hole there at the bottom of the compartment, so that's a nice feature. And again, love the slam latch. As we head along the side of the unit, you'll see that we have the gray tank dump right here, and right above it we have the outlet for the on-demand hot water. And then heading over, we've got off-road kind of package, nice off-road tires, alloy wheels, excellent looking. And we do have a torsion axle behind that as well, which is nice. It's nice heavy-duty fenders here, and we have a 30 amp connector. It's the kind we like where the cord set is separate so mice and bugs can't get in there. And then we have our cable hookup as well. And then at the back we have our other stabilizer on this side, and then of course we have our black dump, which is right at the back here. Wouldn't terribly mind if this was protected a little bit more. It is kind of in the line of fire from all of the debris coming off the tire. And we do have storage for our sewer hose right here in the bumper, so love to see that. Here we are at the back of the Reign 13RK, and you can see that we have a kitchen window there. Right up the top in the middle, we have prep for a backup camera. Our spare tire is mounted here. No trailer hitch though on this particular unit. And here we are on the camp side. You can see we have a couple of other small windows on this side, along with a glass door, which is going to give us plenty of light. And we have another stabilizer here at the back corner. And then we have the inlet and the outlet for the furnace, along with our 120 volt outlet. And this is pre-wired for an inverter, so you can see, you'll see inverted outlet on a lot of the outlets. Of course, we have another one of those nice off-road tires and alloy wheels. Two steps, they're not solid. They are the kind that just fold up, but proven. And actually, I think I kind of prefer these. They're just easy to use, nice and light, and make it easier to get in and out. We do have a grab handle as well, and it's the kind that will sort of fold over the door just to give you an added measure of security. So we love to see that. We do have a propane quick disconnect right here on the campsite too. So we're going to be able to set up our grill here. And then of course we have our awning, which spans the entire flat part of the roof. And then we have the other side of our storage, and we'll just take a look inside on this side as well, because we do have our solar setup here. So you can see we have a solar panel disconnect, we have a charge controller, and we're prepped for an inverter. You can see it up there at the top there. You can also see that they're using aluminum framing in here, so really nice high quality looking stuff. Let's wrap up the exterior tour by reviewing the key dimensions of this trailer. Total length is 17 foot 4 inches, Exterior width is 7 feet for the body, or 7 foot 6 inches if you include the fenders. Overall height comes in at 10 foot 5 inches. I should also point out the frameless awning style windows on this trailer. They look great and they can prevent water from getting in when they're left open in a light rain. And let's head inside the 13RK. And we do have a grab handle, as I pointed out earlier. And we do have a screen door as well, like most RVs. And we'll just give you a look at that. Keep the bugs out and give you some nice ventilation. And as we come in, we'll start by just giving you the lay of the land. So on the right, we have the main bed. We also have a shelf up above it. Right across from the door, we have a sofa and some more shelves above that as well. Nice big picture window there as well too. And then as we turn to the left, we have our fridge, which is right beside the door. And the kitchen is in the back corner, and the other back corner is the bathroom. So a small rig, but actually gives quite a bit of open space just because of that bathroom being in the back corner. No slides on this unit, but still, feels quite spacious inside. So we'll start with the bed. I'll put the dimensions up on the screen. Looks kind of like a double bed or maybe an RV queen. In terms of blinds, we have nice modern looking valances. They're actually made out of metal. And then you have your blackout blinds. And every window has one of these blinds except for the window above the stove, which has to be a metal blind due to fire regulations. So you can see that we do have USBs on both sides of the bed, so we can keep our phones charged and so on, and you'd be able to put them up on this shelf right here. So nice little bit of storage up there, so you gotta love that. And there is quite a bit of storage under the bed. So we have the pass-through underneath that we saw when we were outside, but if we lift up the mattress here, you'll see that we also have a hinged panel, and if I open that up, there is a large storage area there. So loving that. And then we also have a great place to put our shoes, and I mean, you'd be able to put a lot of shoes underneath here. So they've really made good use of all this space. All right, let's move on to the couch area. And you'll see that we have the storage up here. We're using bungees instead of doors. Now, disadvantage, I guess, is that you can see what's in there, but the advantage is they're never going to fail and fly open like our doors sometimes do. And for those of you that have RV'd for a while, I'm sure you've had it happen to you at some point or another. We do have a light right here, right over top of the couch. And this couch does jackknife as well, so you could sleep 2 small children here. And there you can see the sofa is set up now as a bed. It's very short, so you're looking at maybe 4 feet long, I would say. So it's definitely going to be for your smaller kids. But nice that you have the option of having a place to sleep a couple of small kids. So, a young couple could get this, and even after they've had their first kid or 2, they could still use this trailer. So could have some legs for a young couple. Ideal as a couple's trailer though for older couples as well. And underneath we have a large amount of storage, which I think I should show you as well. Relatively easy to get at as well. I would love to see an outside door to access this storage though, but in any case, we get at it through the couch here. So I've closed the couch back up. You can see that right beside the couch we have an inverted outlet and 120 volt. And then we have our monitors for the battery and the black, the fresh, and the gray. We have our water pump switch, and we have the awning light switch, and then we have the awning switch as well right here. And then we have a light switch which functions as a master light switch, so almost all of the lights on the ceiling get turned off by this switch. It's a nice feature. And actually it is a dimmer as well, so you can get some really nice ambient lighting. And I'll just show you, you do have these strips, LED strips, as well as the regular lights. And these are dimmable, so you could really get some nice ambient lighting in here while you're watching TV or what have you. So, and that actually segues nicely into the television. So I'm going to sit on the sofa, and you'll see that I've got the TV pointed right at me while I'm sitting out on the sofa. So just a nice design. Oftentimes trailers get that wrong where, you've got a TV, but there's no real seats pointed at it. So I'm appreciating that. Some nice little touches as well. We've got some coat hooks at the door and also a bottle opener there. So nice little features like that. And keeping in with the decor, you'll see that just about everything is using that black decor. So we do have a 12-volt refrigerator, and those of you that watch the channel often know I'm not a huge fan of 12-volt refrigerators because I'm often camping without electricity. Not necessarily full-on boondocking, I'll be in a campground, but here in Ontario, not easy to get electric campsites these days because there's so many people RVing. But plenty of space in this fridge, definitely a good size, even though it's not a full height refrigerator. But plenty of space, nice vegetable drawer there. And I like the design of the latch too. This thing is never going to fly open, so really appreciate that design as well. And that brings us to the kitchen. So the whole back corner of the trailer is kitchen. And what that means is that there's just a huge amount of counter space. And you can see that, you know, just acres and acres of counter space. And because they've gone with the front to back stove as well, you're getting a 2-burner stove. That gives you even more counter space. So really appreciating that for sure. We do have a vent hood for the range as well. We have a microwave, and it is an air fryer as well. So very well equipped, this trailer. Another inverted plug up here in this storage area. I'm not crazy about the fact though that there's no way to sort of keep things in here. So I'd appreciate if they maybe put the bungees here as well. But in any case, plenty of space though, lots of space. And then we do have a bungeed cabinet here, and we do have a cover for the sink, and you can see it is a pull-out faucet and it rotates, and we'll just take a look at this sink. Beautiful black stainless steel sink, huge size, extremely deep. So this is really residential sized. Really impressed by that. So, you know, if having a kitchen, a big kitchen is important to you, with the air fryer, you've basically got an oven, and you've just got tons of counter space for your prep. Lots of windows too, so you can get great ventilation here as well. There is more storage right underneath the fridge there. So that's a great place to even kick some more shoes and so on. There's a little bit more storage underneath the kitchen here. And we do have doors on this cabinet here. And that gives us access to a large amount of storage for, you know, our kitchen gear and everything. So love to see that. And then we also have a huge cabinet underneath the sink, which gives us plenty of space. Turning over to the bathroom side, I'll just point out that the controller for the furnace is here. The AC controls are up on the air conditioner itself, which we'll look at in a minute. And as we head into the bathroom, you'll see that we have a skylight, and we do have a fan. It actually goes out the side instead of the top. But love the fact that we've got that vent and that fan to keep the humidity under control in here. Decent sized shower. It's not massive, but we're going to give that a try in a second. Again, keeping in that sort of black theme, we've got the soap dish and toothbrush holder. Not crazy about a toothbrush holder above the toilet though. Another inverted outlet right here. And here we have the hot water heater controls as well. And do get a nice mirror as well. So appreciating that. No sink in this one, but this is a very small trailer, so the fact that we're getting a dry bath, I really appreciate that. All right, let's do the size test. Here we are in the bathroom, and I'm just gonna go up here so you can see I've got a good, 2 or 3 inches. So let's say 6'3" or so, you're gonna be fine in here. Decent amount of elbow room as well. So, it's actually a pretty good size. So I'm quite impressed with this shower. And I do notice though that I wish the skylight went back just a little bit further, so I'm kind of just hitting it now, but I can stand a little bit further forward in the shower, so that's fine. We do have this nice pocket door for the shower door, and let me just switch hands so you can get a bit of a better look at it. So these are really nice. They stay dry, they stay clean, but I wouldn't mind a regular shower curtain just because they could put the curved shower curtain that gives you a little bit more space. Now I'm a pretty big guy, so that's one of the reasons why I kind of like that. But these are really nice design, these shower doors as well. Just, they're very straight, so they don't give you any extra space. All right, let's try the throne. And I'm sitting on the throne. There's plenty of space. I can close the door. Kind of hard to show you that, but just, you're gonna have to trust me on this one. There's just enough knee room that I can close the door. So, and otherwise, like the elbow row on either side is actually quite good. Obviously on the side with the shower, there's tons of elbow room, and even on the left side, there's a decent amount. So we're giving this bathroom a good solid thumbs up. Definitely appreciate having a dry bath in such a small trailer. So on the ventilation front, we do have the fan, of course, in the bathroom, and then we have our air conditioner mounted on the roof right here, and I'll just show you how the headroom is underneath it. You can see that I'm exactly 6 feet. I've got my shoes on right now, so I've got a good 3 or 4 inches. So I think you're looking at 6'4", 6'5" in terms of headroom underneath there. So loving that. And I just want to point out as well that we do have a furnace, and it's right down there underneath the stove. It's time to talk price. For my American viewers, base MSRP comes in at $29,093 US, and in Canada it's 39,999 Canadian dollars. At the time of filming, the website price here at Keith's Trailer Sales in Erin, Ontario was $34,999 in Canadian dollars. Now it's time for pros and cons, and we'll kick things off with the pros. My first pro is definitely styling. With the frameless windows, the nifty green painted automotive metal exterior, and the exterior lighting package, this trailer will really stand out in the campground. My second pro is the kitchen setup. By locating the kitchen at the rear, this floor plan delivers plenty of counter space, lots of storage, and the convection microwave provides some real cooking flexibility. My final pro is the clever storage, from under the bed to under the couch to even under the fridge, plus all the overhead storage. It feels like Keystone has it really optimized with this small floor plan. Of course, nothing is perfect, and there are a few things that I'd like to see tweaked. My first con is the east-west bed layout. It does help to deliver the small footprint of this trailer, but it also means climbing over your partner for middle-of-the-night bathroom breaks. My second con is the TPO roof. The good news is that it's composite under the TPO, but I'd love to see a lower maintenance, non-membrane type roof to match the rest of the trailer. My final con is weight. Now, at right around 3,000 pounds, this isn't the heaviest trailer, but there are a lot of lighter 17-foot options on the market. At least the 325-pound hitch weight is very reasonable. Overall, the Keystone Reign 13RK hits a lot of the bases. It sports a very unique look both inside and out, it has a torsion axle, it's got a dry bath, and you don't need a pickup truck to tow one. Throw in the large kitchen and the creative storage solutions, and you have a compelling couples option at a reasonable price. What do you think? Is this trailer uniquely perfect, or is it too unique? Let us know in the comments. If you'd like to see another cool couples floor plan, click the link on the screen. Big thanks to Keith's Trailer Sales for setting up the trailer in this beautiful spot. Thanks for watching, and take care.